everybody, hope you're doing well. I am getting ready to strike out on a minimalistic gear camping trip. And so I want to take you really quickly through what gear I'm taking, but more importantly, show you how I'm going to carry it. I'm actually using a wool blanket, and I'm going to take this wool blanket and make it into a backpack so that everything is contained within the wool blanket, and then I'm going to use some paracord to string it up on my shoulders. So first, I have a 66-inch by 90-inch wool blanket here, and I've folded it over horizontally one time so that the full stretch of the 90 inches is now in half, so it's a 45 by 66 at the moment. Now laying this piece kind of long ways, so I've got the 66-inch stretch right here in front of me, I'm now going to place the items for my camp right here on top of the wool blanket. So first, I have a poncho. I don't know that it's going to rain, but I'm either going to use this as ground cover or head cover tonight. In the corner, I'm going to place this poncho. So I have a Nalgene container of water. I have a pair of gloves because I'm going to have to deal with the fire. I have my butt wipes and hand sanitizer. I'm bringing a small inflatable pillow. This is kind of my one luxury item. Everything else is going to be kind of roughing it. For fire starter, I'm bringing one ferro rod and a small container of some waterproof matches. I'm bringing some extra sisal twine. I'm doing this in case I need to string up the poncho as head cover. I have my Laplander folding saw and my headlamp. Alright, right next to my poncho, I'm just going to lie, this is my shemagh. I haven't even really folded it up. I'm just going to take it and set it right there. And I have my small first aid kit. And then I have my glasses and my contacts here in the glasses case. I am taking my 12 centimeter billy pot. This is a Zebra brand. I am taking the interior container. I'm going to use this to eat off of as a plate. I have a small package for coffee tomorrow morning and my eating utensils here that will sit on the plate. Inside of the Zebra pot, I have some frozen andouille sausage that I'm going to mix with a package of Zatarain's red beans and rice tonight for dinner. Should be really good. So I'm going to put the top on. So that the lid is not falling off, I'm going to take this small strap and strap it through the top, run it through the lid, and I'll go underneath the bottom. This will just help keep some tension on that lid and means that it won't fall off. There's nothing liquid in there that would mess up my wool blanket if it did, but I like knowing that that's going to be stable in the pack. I'm setting that sideways there on top of my shemagh. I'm going to place my red beans and rice just right here. And then finally, it's not going to get very cold, so I didn't need a lot of jackets and things. I'm going to be wearing what I'm wearing here. But I did bring a flannel shirt just in case it gets cool in the woods tonight, and I'm going to set that right on top. So this is my pack. The only other thing that I'm taking tonight is what I would carry every time I go on an outing, and I have my utility belt that has a container full of water, also a canteen cup that I can make some coffee and things out of, my bushcraft knife, and an SOG multi-tool. Okay, so this wool blanket's ready to be wrapped up now and shaped into the form of a backpack. The very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this edge here, and then I'll fold this small edge over as well. Okay, so now I'm going to take this in and fold it on top, just like that. And I'm going to grab the end and roll it over one time. Alright, keeping things kind of contained, pulling a little bit of slack out of it. Alright, we're going to roll it one more time, like so. So now, with what's left, what I'm going to do, you've got multiple layers. You've got a single layer here, two. This is the bottom layer that, if you open it up, creates kind of like a little sleeve. What I'm going to do with this layer, and I'm actually going to fold that little edge out right there. Yep. So what I'm going to do with this layer is I'm going to grab this bottom layer, and I'm going to take that open sleeve part, and I'm going to work that around, so working on stuffing what I have of the wool blanket into that pocket, if you will. It doesn't have to be perfect. You won't be able to get all of it in there, but I'm going to tuck as much of it in as I can. That's probably good right there. Okay, so now this is where your paracord is going to come into play. And I have two sections of paracord. The first one is the longest. This is that's probably 6 feet. That's probably another 6, and then a little, so almost 12 and a half feet, just a little shy of 12 and a half feet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it around the bottom, and I'm going to tie, I guess you could tie any kind of a knot here, but I'm going to use 2 on the inside there, and then 1 on the outside. I'm going to do a little taut line hitch right there. And I'm going to do that so that I can squeeze down on the wool blanket. I'm going to pull towards the middle, and then I'm going to wrap around, pull that through. So where I'm holding here in the middle, I'm going to take this bottom piece and I'm going to run it through there and pull the loose end through, pulling that tight. Then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go here towards the end, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap around, and I'm going to go underneath where I'm holding and pull it down kind of tight. Okay? So now you've got that side done. Taking the side you're working on, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to wrap this around the top. So I was here, I wrapped over the top, flip it over to the other side. And now you've already got cord to work with here. Is I'm going to take it and go around the first one. Around the next one. And then one more. And then, what I'm going to do to tie it off is I'm going to come back to the middle one, and I'm going to go underneath, kind of holding my tension. I'm going to go around and push a loop through. I'm essentially creating a slip knot here, so I could take it off by pulling this tag in. I've got a loop here, right? So I've created a slip knot. Now, I don't want this to slip or come off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some slack here from the tag end, and I'm going to take this loop, and I hope you can see this. I'm going to take this loop, and I'm going to wrap it around this piece of paracord here, and go underneath. So putting a little, almost like a half hitch using the loop. If I pull the tag end, it will continue to slip, see it'll pop off. If you were really extra nervous about it, you could also do one more of those. And there's no way, that's not coming off. Take this little, if you don't like this loose end here, then you can just kind of wrap it underneath. Just like that. Okay, so now it's time to tie the paracord that's going to be your straps for your shoulders. I've got about half of what I used before. So I've got probably about 6 feet right there, and well, I don't have quite another 6 feet. So I'm going to take my paracord, and and fold it in half. And I'm going to come to this top spot here, and I'm going to push a loop in here underneath my little knot here. I'm going to push it underneath, and then I'm going to take this end and push it through the loop. Pull that tight. So now what you have are two ends of paracord coming from that one spot. This will be the straps for your shoulders. And I'm going to take my one loose end and I'm going to wrap it underneath. Just like that. I'm going to come to the other side and I'm going to wrap it just underneath. I'm going to put one arm in, right? Kind of keep my arm on it. Work it around, reach back, grab that other paracord, put my arm through there. So now here's your two pieces, which you can tighten now. So you can kind of get this where you want it. I want it to ride a little higher. I'm going to tighten down, and now you can stand up. And if you don't like the position, you kind of lay back over, use your elbows, wiggle it up a little bit more, pull some more slack out, and then stand up. And I kind of like that. It feels good. Now here, with these, you can wrap them around your waist. I kind of want to do 1, 2, right? Kind of a double overhand knot. And then I'm just going to tie a good old shoestring tie in it. And I've got my wool blanket backpack ready to go. Very truthfully, this paracord does cut into you, so it might be better if you're wearing a thicker shirt or something like that. But two things for me tonight: I'm not hiking very far, and two, because I have packed for minimal gear, this is really not very heavy. Alright guys, that's it for now. Hope this video was helpful. Go try the wool blanket backpack and tell me what you think about it. We'll see you on the next video.